Ladies and gentlemen, imagine waking up one day to realize that the people you've trusted the most may not be the loyal allies you once thought. You've invested time, emotion, hope. Yet, in many cases, loyalty has been a fleeting illusion. Today, I want to challenge you with a truth that can set you free. No one is your real friend by default. And the sooner you accept this, the stronger, wiser, and more resilient you will become. Why do so many of us walk through life expecting unwavering loyalty? Because we crave connection. But connection, true connection, is rare. Genuine loyalty isn't something you can demand or expect. It's a gift that's earned through authenticity, sacrifice, and unwavering commitment, qualities that are rare in a world obsessed with convenience and self-interest. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever stopped to ask yourself, who truly has your back? Who's standing with you not just in the good times, but when life's storms hit hard? Because here's a truth that hits harder than most realize. True loyalty is a rare gift, not something you should take for granted. It's not something that's just handed out because someone happens to be close or because circumstances align. No, real loyalty isn't about proximity. It's about consistency, sacrifice, and unwavering commitment when everything else fades away. Think about this. How many people do you know who are just there? They show up when it's convenient, when they have something to gain, or when they're simply bored. But where are they when the weather turns dark? When your faith is tested, when your success is at stake? That's when genuine friends reveal themselves. Those who don't just stand by you in the sunshine, but walk with you through the storm. Because true friends understand that life isn't about convenience. It's about loyalty forged in the furnace of adversity. Many of us mistake familiarity for loyalty. We confuse simply having someone's number or sharing a few laughs with the deep, rooted commitment that true friendship demands. But real friends, those who truly matter, are the ones who stay when the world turns cold, when your resilience is tested, and when your faith is shaken. They don't just celebrate your wins. They celebrate your growth, your healing, your journey toward success, even when it's messy and difficult. And here's the reality. If you're waiting for everyone to be loyal, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Because loyalty, authentic loyalty, is a rare gift. It's a treasure that's earned through integrity, perseverance, and the courage to stand firm in your values, even when no one is watching. It's about understanding that your worth isn't dictated by others' loyalty, but by your own unwavering faith in who you are and what you're destined to become. So, as you reflect on this, remember, genuine, lasting loyalty isn't something to expect from everyone. It's something to cherish in those who prove they're willing to walk with you through every trial, every victory, every season of growth. Because that's where true resilience is forged, and that's where real success begins. Have you ever found yourself feeling devastated because someone you trusted didn't meet your emotional needs? Or maybe you've been hurt because you expected loyalty from those who simply weren't capable of giving it. Here's a question that cuts straight to the core. Why do we often tie our sense of worth and emotional stability to the approval or loyalty of others? The truth is, expecting others to fulfill your deepest needs is like building your house on shifting sand. Inevitably, it will crumble, because reliance on external validation is a fragile foundation, one that leaves you vulnerable to frustration, disappointment, and heartbreak. Think about it. How often have you looked to someone else, whether a friend, a partner, or even society, to affirm your value, to tell you that you're enough. And when that affirmation wasn't there, how quickly did your confidence waver? The fact is, no one outside of you has the power to truly fill the emptiness inside. That's where resilience and self-reliance come into play. Your strength must be rooted in who you are, your faith, your purpose, your unwavering belief in your worth. When you learn to stand on your own internal foundation, external circumstances no longer shake your confidence. This journey of self-reliance isn't about independence for its own sake. It's about cultivating a success mindset that recognizes your inherent value, regardless of external opinions or fleeting loyalty. It's about healing the wounds of disappointment and learning that your healing, growth, and resilience come from within, not from the validation of others. Because true strength isn't found in the applause of the crowd or in the loyalty of others. It's found in your ability to hold steady when everything around you is changing. It's a deep, unwavering faith in your capacity to rise above setbacks, to pursue your purpose with discipline, and to understand that your worth is a gift you give yourself, day after day, moment by moment. So ask yourself, are you waiting for others to validate your journey? Or are you committed to building resilience from within? Because once you realize that your greatest power is self-reliance, you'll never need to depend on external approval to define your success or your worth again. Have you ever been caught off guard by someone's actions, only to realize that your expectations didn't match reality? Or felt betrayed because you believed someone's words, only to see their priorities lie elsewhere? Here's a challenging truth that can free you from unnecessary pain. People are driven by self-interest. Understanding this fundamental reality isn't about cynicism, it's about wisdom. When you accept that everyone, including those closest to you, is ultimately motivated by their own needs and desires, you gain the clarity needed to protect your heart and preserve your peace. Imagine the weight lifted when you stop expecting others to meet every emotional need or to act in your best interest at all times. Recognizing that individuals prioritize their own success, happiness, and survival helps you set healthy boundaries. Those invisible lines that preserve your self-worth and resilience. It's not about being cold or unkind. It's about understanding that your value isn't dependent on someone else's loyalty or constant approval. When you see people through this lens, you realize that managing your expectations isn't a sign of distrust, but a safeguard for your emotional well-being. This awareness is a vital step in cultivating a success mindset rooted in resilience and faith. Because when you stop relying on external validation, your confidence grows stronger from within. You learn to heal from disappointment, to stand firm in your purpose, and to pursue your goals with clarity and discipline. The truth is, the more you understand that everyone is ultimately looking out for their own best interests, the more equipped you are to develop authentic relationships. Relationships built on mutual respect and healthy boundaries, not on illusions or unrealistic hopes. So, ask yourself, are you still trying to change others by expecting loyalty or selflessness that may never come? Or are you ready to accept human nature for what it is, and in doing so, build resilience that empowers your journey towards self-worth and true success? Because when you seize this insight, you open the door to genuine healing, peace, and a mindset rooted in unwavering truth. Have you ever stopped to ask yourself, what truly makes a relationship meaningful? Is it the number of people in your life, or the depth of those connections? What if I told you that the most impactful relationships are not built on superficial interactions or fleeting moments, but on purpose, discipline, and authenticity? When you align your relationships with your core values and faith, you create bonds that are resilient, strengthened by shared purpose and a mutual commitment to growth. These are the relationships that sustain you through life's storms and lift you higher in moments of doubt. Think about the people who genuinely support your journey, those who celebrate your victories and stand by you in times of struggle. They aren't just acquaintances or casual friends. They are allies who understand your vision and respect your self-worth. It's easy to fall into the trap of valuing quantity over quality, collecting a long list of contacts that lack real substance. But true success and healing come when you shift your focus to cultivating meaningful connections. Those that challenge you to grow, that inspire your faith, and that reinforce your resilience. When you prioritize quality over quantity, you're not just building relationships, you're creating a support system rooted in integrity and shared purpose. These are the connections that help you develop a success mindset that remind you of your worth, even when setbacks threaten to shake your confidence. Authentic relationships foster an environment of trust and discipline, encouraging you to stay aligned with your higher calling and to pursue your goals with unwavering focus. Ask yourself, are the people around you lifting you toward your best self? Or are they draining your energy and distracting you from your true purpose? In this journey of healing and growth, it's essential to surround yourself with those who inspire resilience and faith, because the depth of your relationships directly impacts the strength of your spirit and ultimately the trajectory of your success. When you understand the power of authentic, purpose-driven connections, you set the stage for a life filled with genuine fulfillment and lasting impact. Have you ever felt uncomfortable in moments of solitude, as if being alone was a sign of weakness or loneliness? What if I told you that embracing those quiet moments isn't just about solitude? It's an invitation to discover your true self. That being alone isn't a gap in your life, but an opportunity for clarity, focus, and deep personal growth. It's in these silent spaces that you find the space to breathe, reflect, and reconnect with your faith and purpose. When you learn to embrace solitude, you turn loneliness into a powerful catalyst for transformation. Think about the times when you've been forced to pause, perhaps after setbacks or during seasons of change. Those moments of solitude aren't empty, they are rich with potential. They teach you resilience, reminding you that your worth isn't dependent on external validation, but rooted in your divine purpose. When you quiet the noise of the world, you begin to hear your inner voice, your calling, your dreams, your unique path to success. Solitude becomes a sanctuary where you cultivate a success mindset, building emotional strength and healing wounds that once seemed unbreakable. In a culture that often equates being alone with being lonely, shifting your perspective is transformative. Learning to find fulfillment within yourself empowers you to move beyond superficial relationships and external achievements. It's in these moments of intentional solitude that you foster self-awareness, deepen your faith, and clarify your long-term vision. You realize that solitude isn't a sign of weakness, but a sacred space to develop resilience, confidence, and unwavering self-worth. As you lean into these quiet seasons, you discover that they are not gaps in your life, but gateways to purpose, channels through which your deepest potential flows. Ask yourself, Are you allowing moments of silence and solitude to shape your journey? Or are you avoiding the stillness that could unlock your greatest breakthroughs? Because when you embrace solitude as an essential part of your healing and growth, you begin to see that within those quiet spaces lies your most powerful transformation. An unstoppable force aligned with faith, resilience, and your divine calling. Have you ever wondered what truly fuels your ability to stand firm in a world that often shifts beneath your feet? What if I told you that your greatest power is not found in the approval of others or in fleeting circumstances, but in your capacity to define who you are, regardless of what those around you believe or how they may betray your loyalty? It's a profound realization. Your identity, your standards, and your unwavering pursuit of destiny are the bedrock upon which resilience and success are built. When you take control of these core aspects of yourself, you become unstoppable. Think about the times when external validation felt like the only thing holding you together. But real strength, true resilience, emerges when you learn to anchor yourself in your faith and self-worth. Personal discipline becomes your shield, your guiding compass, ensuring that no matter what setbacks or betrayals come your way, you remain committed to your purpose. It's about knowing that your journey is rooted in your divine calling and that your success mindset is cultivated through unwavering focus and intentional choices. These are not just abstract concepts, but the foundational elements that enable healing from past wounds and propel you toward a future filled with clarity and purpose. The truth is, many give up on their dreams when loyalty from others falters or circumstances grow difficult. But those who understand that their power lies within, who refuse to let others define their worth, are the ones who persevere. They recognize that success isn't measured by external applause, but by the inner strength rooted in discipline and faith. When you develop this resilience, you're not just pursuing fleeting goals. You're forging a legacy built on integrity, purpose, and a deep understanding that your destiny is worth every sacrifice. Ask yourself, are you living in alignment with your true identity? Are your standards grounded in faith and resilience? Because the moment you realize that your greatest power is in your ability to define yourself, despite the chaos around you, you unlock a force that can move mountains and heal wounds long past. That's the kind of strength that shapes a life of lasting impact.